A few years ago, this kind of day would have felt completely impossible to me. Renting a beautiful villa in Uluwatu and celebrating Sarah's 28th birthday. Having friends come down, training, hanging out, swimming in the pool, and going out to dinner, while still running 3 different businesses from my laptop. And honestly, that is the part I still think about a lot. Because the goal is never just to make money. The goal was to build something that gave me more control over my time, my location, and the people I could experience life with. But there's also a weird tension that comes with that. Because even when you're in a beautiful place like Uluwatu, the business does not just stop. There are still calls, there are still problems, there are still decisions that need to get made. So this trip was kind of a mix of both worlds. Trying to be present for Sarah's birthday, trying to enjoy the beauty of Bali with some of our closest friends, and at the same time, still building the companies and keeping everything moving. So this is a day in my life from Uluwatu. A little bit of work, a little bit of play, and a reminder of why I wanted to build this kind of life in the first place.
Hey man, morning.
Morning. What a freaking day. I just ordered some breakfast, smoothie bowls, coffees. It's 11 in the morning. I literally just woke up. I haven't done that in years. I had one of the worst nights of my life last night. Not actually, but low-key a little bit. I was up until like 2 in the morning, so stressed out because the night before I didn't sleep and I had to wake up super early for meetings. And it's my girlfriend's birthday. We're at this really cool house in Uluwatu. And I knew today was a big day. I had to get up. I had a meeting with probably over 100 people were going to be on that call. And it was 2 in the morning. And I'm like, God, dude, I'm still not able to sleep. And you know that feeling where you're not sleeping, but you really need to sleep. And then your brain starts going crazy because you get so anxious about not sleeping. So we're about to box. I woke up. We got boxing at the house. My boxing coach is driving down. I'm getting caught up on like a million Slack messages. I'm so behind. So I'm gonna bang these out, eat a little bit of food, drink a little coffee, box, and see where the day goes. And all of this is because it's my girlfriend's birthday weekend, which is more important than any of the other things. I still need to buy her a present. I got her this villa, but that's not enough. I need to get her a present. I'm thinking either a helicopter ride over the island of Bali or a cool piece of jewelry. I don't know. What do you get a gift for someone that kind of already has everything? I don't really know. Maybe you can help me. All right, here's my pre-boxing meal of champions. It looks disgusting, so I've mushed it all together. Homemade Greek yogurt, bananas, mango, granola, a lot of honey. We're gonna smash this, and then Lewis and I are gonna fight each other. No, I'm kidding. We're just gonna hit the mitts today. Just do a little bit of boxing. Hell yeah.
Always look at that guy. Wow, what are you doing here, motherfucker?
Good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
So actually, yesterday, I got in my first accident on the scooter. And literally last week, I was just telling Sarah, I said, God, I've been so lucky. I've never crashed a scooter. Like literally all of my friends have crashed a haunted building. And I was like, babe, let's go check that out. So I pull up on the scooter and I make this roundabout turn to leave the lobby. And there's this section that's just got like these really big puddles. And I'm driving at like 3 miles an hour. And we drive across this puddle, me and Shannon, and the bike just, I mean, it was like driving on ice or like hitting a banana peel. The bike literally just skidded out from under us, and you can see, unfortunately, it's totally scraped up the side of the bike, and both Shannon and I went flying. Luckily, we didn't really get hurt. I got like a tiny scrape there and like a tiny one on my arm, so no one was hurt, but I did get into my first accident, and I thought that I would never get into an accident. Okay, we just wrapped up shadow boxing. My boy Lewis and I were doing some partner drills. We're gonna hit some mitts, and then we're gonna do some very light, just touch sparring.
Hi vlog, it's Sarah. Sarah here. It's my birthday weekend, and these are girls. Amy, this is Shannon, Rosemary. No. So the boys are fighting. and we don't like to fight each other.
Yeah, no.
Not on camera, at least. Just in private.
Yes, nice to you.
Thanks, bro. That was fun.
How you feel, man? After sparring, you feel good?
That feels good.
Alright, training or just sparring?
They want to spar real quick.
1 minute.
Yes.
20-second
Practice
round.
boxing before or no?
A long time ago. I don't remember.
How many times you did?
I think the last thing I did was Muay Thai, but that's not boxing. I've
Yeah, but this
done
Carol-
kickboxing.
Yeah, this
I
Carol-
can't use
Carol's
my.
over.
Don't kick me.
All right, we took a quick detour to the beach club. What's this called?
White Rock Beach Club.
White Rock. We're celebrating Sarah's 40th birthday.
44th.
44th. No, she's turning 28. And what's funny, actually, we came
27?
here. 28.
28.
We came here like a year and a half ago before we moved here.
We didn't even come to the beach
didn't
club.
even
We
come
just
to the
hung out on the beach.
Honestly, usually I'm not a beach club person. So
Sarah,
many years.
yesterday or today?
Monday.
Okay.
We're celebrating
all
for
weekend.
5 days.
All weekend. Yeah.
We go big for the celebration.
That's right.
Okay, Sarah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Say something
Thank you,
late.
thank you. A good year to come.
Yeah, God bless you, yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Look at the view, just pretty magical.
Gorgeous.
Pretty good.
I think a lot of people over-index on trying to be high performance in one area. Like you see the burnout business guy that's making good money but feels completely off in other areas, poor relationship,
Yeah.
poor health, poor mindset, you know, but he's got the kind of grit. I think high performance has to be across the board, and it's not an outcome, it's more of a process, it's more of a standard you hold for yourself.
People forget that you can literally have it all in all areas of life.
Yeah.
There's very few examples that you see of that. And I feel like when you kind of get everything rolling at a high level, it's all synergy. Having a great relationship actually bleeds into being a great entrepreneur, and having great, like, it all bleeds together. But you're right, you see so many people that 90% of their life's on fire, but they got one area dialed in. How many people go to the gym, have no money, or how many business people
Yeah.
have no body, or a terrible relationship?
Like your body's your business card.
Yeah, energy's the currency, man.
I'd go home and smoke weed every night, probably sometimes in the morning,
Yeah,
and I was just like lost in the sauce of it all.
yeah,
But because other people thought it was cool and doing good,
yeah.
then I was like, I must be on the right path. But fatigued, relying on Adderall, fucking drugs, alcohol, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's a short-lived game when you play that way. So, and a long way to put it, like,
Yeah.
peace of mind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think for the last couple of years, I've definitely been on a quest for peace, but I think that's part of the reason that I fell in love with this island. Like, really accelerated that for me.
Yep.
And I think you can attest to it.
Huge.
We have the best lifestyle here ever. Like, look at this. It's a blessing to live in this island. It's a blessing
Crazy.
to meet people like you and experience just this way of living that is so alternative to where we come from. Alright, butter chicken. I don't mean to be racist, but of course the two Indonesian guys get nasi goreng. Sorry, that's just the truth. Sushi. We're gonna eat good. We're gonna eat this and then we're gonna go swimming. And then I brought a tennis ball. Every time you go to the beach, I need a ball, I need a frisbee, I need a football, I need something to throw. So the boys and I are gonna go throw the ball after this. Time to eat though.
So, where are we gonna go?
We're gonna go to the beach, we're gonna take a little swim, we're gonna throw some balls,
Nicely.
throw out.
I've been up, I've been down, I've been up, I've been down, right? But no matter where I go, you will never let me down, right?
Skin off my toe.
Oh.
We needed a party foul. Sumner decided to step on some coral just to make it more exciting. That wasn't that bad? It looked bad.
You still hungry?
Yeah,
no,
I'm free. I'm free now. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Nice food, nice place.
Okay, so I'm staying at this crazy, like, old subdivision in Uluwatu, and it's really, like, the houses are super nice, but it's, like, completely run down. This is supposed to be the lobby for this subdivision, and apparently this was built in 2008, and I think just during the financial crisis, they couldn't complete it, but it's like this big lobby that's destroyed, and the whole entire subdivision is kind of like this. Like, all of the landscaping is overgrown. Everything is, the houses are nice, but everything is in horrible condition, and I'm perplexed by it, man. I really don't understand it. This has been around for 18 years, and no one's decided to clean it up, and houses here are selling for like $1 million plus, which is just mind-blowing to me. But dude, the other day, I was driving my friend Shannon, and we came right here, and I went and did this roundabout back here, right? Doesn't look like anything crazy. So I drive in this roundabout to get out of here, and you can see there's some water on the ground, but this is no regular water, my friends. This is like 20-year-old pond scum that's never been cleaned. The second my tire hit right here, it was like driving the scooter on ice, and the bike just slipped right out from under me. And unfortunately, I dropped Shannon, and I fell too. So I'm all banged up. And then I also stepped on some coral today. But that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, this is so strange. Dude, check this out. So this is like the main lobby for the subdivision. These are $1 million homes here, 15 million rupiah for a house here. And this is the condition of the lobby. Perplexing, right? And this was built in 2008. So I think what happened is the financial crisis hit and they just ran out of money or something. But it's real weird. Yeah, it's definitely some haunted house vibes going on here.
Okay.